Today agenda is like Selenium methods which we had, right? So those previous sessions which we'll revise it or recap, and then after we will move to like field validation of any text field or any field. So that should be enabled or disabled or is displayed. This is a pretty much important to like because so when text box is enabled or disabled, okay, or display. So based on that action will perform. And there is a like get text. Suppose there is any text, a text to be display, right? So the text we need to capture, and after, so there is another topic called handling alerts. Okay, what are the alerts we have and how to handle? Okay, and also we have a kind of handling windows and tabs. So suppose we want to perform some multiple windows, how do you do that? Okay, and then after last one is working session. So everybody like we need to work on this register user. Okay, okay, so this is a kind of a user registration form. From this automation it says we have a test case, right? The first test case we need to fulfill for everyone. Okay, so this is a working session, last one. So before that, I will cover all those topics. Okay, yeah. So let's jump on to the previous what we had Selenium and all those things. So yesterday, right, last session, so we uh, done kind of locators. Okay, so you see this a kind of diagrammatical. I'm showing you so for better understanding. So this is the first type. Okay, so let me highlight and I will explain the code one by one. Then after you can also easily identify for any other text or any other input. Okay, so now you see that there is a locator ID. Oh,
Hello.
so there are how to follow this particular the diagrams are like which I represent in easy format. The first one is locator, ID locator, and this is a fast and most reliable locator. Okay, if any element has unique ID as an attribute. Okay, so and you see that there is a HTML code. Okay, in that HTML code, so this is the input tag type equal to text, ID equal to username. Okay, so this is our HTML code, and below is a Selenium code. So what is the Selenium code? Hey driver, find element by dot ID, and this is a username. Okay, so ID is a username. What is ID? By dot ID is the method. Okay, in the by class, and we have to provide the HTML ID value is username. What is ID value? ID is the attribute, and the value is the username. That username we have to provide. So, and this particular find element method, which will return a web element. Okay, web element. And we are talking about a username. So we give that reference as a username. Okay. So whatever the web element which will display in the screen, those element references we have to use. That is a must standard. And the reference dot send key. So you are sending the value onto the text box. It is a input test user. Okay, and same thing, there is another selector, another locator is a name. Okay, so identifier element using their attribute is name. Name is the attribute. Okay, so in this XML example, so input type equal to password and name. Okay, name is there, right? Name. So that name is password. Name is password. So in the name, you see that name is password, and the we have to provide a Selenium code as like this below way. What is the Selenium code we need to pass? We have to pass a driver dot find element. Okay, driver dot find element and by. So this time by dot name. So if it is a ID locator, so here is a by dot ID. If it is a name locator, so by dot name. Okay, so here is a name. Okay, based on the locator, the by data, the method name will be changed, and also the name is the value is password. The password value you have to provide it. Okay, so now here you can see that based on the HTML code. Okay, so name for HTML code. Okay, and Selenium code, something like. Now there is another locator. So let's see. A class is a locator. Okay, so let me highlight and show you. The third locator is class. So in this class locator also, okay, locate an element using the class attribute. Okay, locate the element using class attribute. The best used when class name is unique. So all those very important thing when you are using the any attribute, any locators, okay, either an ID, either a name, or either a class. Okay, so every locator must be unique state, should not be duplicate. So that means okay, and you see the example of HTML code. It is a button. Okay, the tag name is a button, and this is a class attribute, and class equal to login hyphen button. Okay, to do the Selenium code is driver. We yesterday we talked about this method, right? Find element. Now you see that by dot class name. Okay, by dot class name. By dot class name, and the value is a login hyphen button. And this login button is a reference of web element on the web page. So by using this login button reference, the action is a click action is performed. Click action is performed. Okay, so this is the one. And next, fourth one, name attribute. Okay, it is repeated a tag name. Yeah, it is a tag name. Now, please carefully listen here. The tag name also pretty much important. Okay, all these 8 locators are very useful and very important. Okay, so now you see that the tag name, locator name is a tag name. Locate element using the HTML tag. Okay, so HTML tag is an input tag, anchor tag, button also tag. Okay, in the previous example, here it is a button, it's a tag, something like. So based on the tagging, so we have to write our Selenium code. Now you can see. So here is a tag, anchor tag. Okay, and href equal to home.html. Now for the Selenium code, hey driver, find element by the tag name. My tag name is A because you see tag starting with A and ending with A slash A. So this tag is starting A and ending A. Suppose if it is a button, here you should write the button based on tag name method. Again the link reference and the link reference dot click method. Okay. Yes. So that is about a tag locator. Now, so there is a one more locator, link text. There is a one more locator, link text. In the link text also, you see that identify a hyperlinks using the complete text. Okay. So you see that even though it is a tag name A, we are not using a tag name A. So we are using a complete text. Complete text for a hyperlink. Okay. So now you see this HTML. Let me read the HTML. The tag is A tag and href about, okay, slash about. Okay. And this is the like about us. Okay. So this is like about us. And this is a display text or complete text. In between the tag, we have a about us. So this about us as a link text. The method is a link text, and we have to provide a about us. Okay, we have to provide a about us. Hey, so we are telling the driver find element by dot link text and about us. Okay, so about us, and the about us is a reference link dot click. Click is a method. Click is the action. So now you see the complete text. Here is a about us is a complete text we are using. So this is a hyperlink in the web page. We can see that only about us. So we want to click the about us. So we have to use a link text. Okay, we have to use a link text. The next one is a partial link text. Okay, so the partial link text is same, but find a hyperlink matching as part of the text. So here in the HTML code, where we can see here the display text is our services. Even though the starting tag is anchor tag, a tag, hyperlink, and the display text is our services. Okay, but sometimes our services are website services, your services. Okay, this word is vary from the location to location, for example. Okay, but services is standard, will not be changed. To do that, so we have to use a partial linked text, and the what is the standard word display word that should be provided? Services. Okay, the services. A driver find element by that partial linked text. Okay, there is a partial linked text. You have to perform the link. The link is name is services, and services dot link. Okay, so this is a partial link text way. Next thing is there are two there are two other locators. These are pretty much useful and pretty much important as well. So the above, which are having like six, okay, which are having like six. What are those? ID is a locator, name is a locator, okay, class name is a locator, tag name is a locator, link text and parcel name. These six are very straightforward. Okay, very straightforward. Whatever the tags within the tags, they the values are there. You can take directly. Okay, so this tag having a ID, you can take ID. This tag having a password is a unique, you can take it. But so these other two are like XPath locator. XPath and CSS selectors are a little dynamic. Okay, so little dynamic. Okay, and also some kind of portion is changing. Okay, some changing items, dynamic elements. Okay, to dynamic elements vary from the today and tomorrow, but we need to our code should be work properly. So we have to go for XPath or CSS select.
Excuse
Okay.
me, Nageshwar. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Yes.
Pravina is not able to join. Can you please recheck with that?
Okay. Better ask her to restart the system and use another email ID because
Email
I
ID.
moved that
She
other.
Sorry,
tried with another
sorry.
email.
Usually we don't use with email ID. We'll just directly click on the link and join.
Then just a second. Resume it. Where we are? We are at yes. Yeah. Sorry. So now the next one is next two are very important. That is a CSS selector and XPaths. So what is a CSS selector and how we can take it? Let's see that. So it is a powerful and flexible way to locate an element using CSS style sheet attribute. So what are the style sheet we have here? You can see. So this is the input text, and our first attribute is type text, and class is another attribute input hyphen text. ID also is there. ID equal to email. So you see that. Okay, coming to the Selenium code, you see this ID, right? ID here taken, but ID is more. added as a hash. Okay, so by method is by.css selector. Okay, by.css selector. So where we can CSS selector ID is a hash and name also hash, something like. So some kind of inputs will required. Okay, I will explain later point of time in the next session mostly, but try to understand the locators as well. Okay, yeah, and so now the last one is a XPath. Okay, so here XPath also use a XML path locating element. Okay, we have a kind of two paths. Okay, one is the absolute and relative. Okay, what is absolute, what is relative, I'll tell you. So this is the direct input type if I provide. So it is a relative path. Okay, and what is the absolute in the sense where we can write from the starting of HTML, body and TD. So this is the absolute path. So what does mean is, suppose I want to write a absolute XPath. Okay, absolute XPath. So what is the first tag is HTML. What is the first tag? HTML. And then after body, then after division. Under the division, we have a input text. So this is the absolute XPath. Okay. So, and there is a relay to XPath. Okay. Relay to XPath. Okay. Relay to XPath. So directly starting with the double slashes, and you can provide the input type. So this is the direct input. So where we can navigate, where we can navigate, where we can find out the input text on the website. Okay. Yeah. I'll take another session. So the coming session, I will go deep these two particular locators. Okay. Yeah. And one more thing I want to tell you here. So let me go to the website. Okay. And suppose button. Let me go to the form. Okay. Yeah. So we are inspecting, right? How to inspect? Right click and inspect. Okay. So right click and inspect, and we are getting the locators here. Okay. So this is our one way of locating a locators. Okay. And there is another way. There is another way. There are some plugins actually. So there are some kind of plugins. Okay. So there are let XPath plugin. Okay. So let me inspect it, and automatically you will see that all the XPaths, okay, all the CSS. So to this, you no need to write actually. So we have to write actually for XPath, but this particular plugin, let XPath is a plugin for Chrome browser. So I will tell you that I will provide a one link, and I gave that how to plug in and how to use it, how to configure. Okay, not only this one, it will give some piece of code as well. I'll show you that. Okay, so by using ID, okay, direct ID is there. ID, you can take this one. So if you want to a class-based XPath, it is a class-based XPath. It is a placeholder XPath, you can take the placeholder XPath. Okay, predefined XPath and some piece of code also there. Okay, and also we can, it will generate, okay, it is generate CSS unique ID. Okay, and placeholder and closed ID, something like. So I want to copy this particular unique ID. So here we have a kind of some methods. Okay, in the snapshot, so you want to send key because it is a text box. Based on the text box, you will get a send key. If it is a button, you will get click. Okay, now you can see that it is a page locator. Okay, it is a page locator because it was there for a playwrights. So we want to change this to here as Selenium Java. Okay, then automatically you will see that driver.findElement by.xpath, the locator will come. Okay, by dot locator will come. Where is that? Yeah, this is the form. Now reload this page. Okay, now you can click here. You see driver dot find element by dot id and just copy that code. Code will automatically generate this tool. Okay, so that way also you can cut down your time. But this is yeah, this way you can speed up your work. Okay, but initially try to find out from here id locators, then after you can jump onto that. Okay, so for this latex path I will share you one video link. You can see that, you will come to know how to use it. Okay, yeah, so then after um, yeah, so locators we are done. Yeah, and so there are some kind of selenium methods. Okay, so this is a selenium method. Okay, these are the selenium method basically. So please find out how many we have used it. Okay, so anyone able to identify any method till now in this section? Just I will mark it. So get URL we use, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this one get current URL,
Get title also, I think.
title also. Yesterday we used navigate to,
Yep.
not navigate to. It is not.
Navigate back.
Yeah, navigate back, navigate forward, navigate refresh. Okay, and yesterday like we had this find elements by clicks of the click method, send key method, clear method, and and submit also not used. Okay, so what I mean to say here is, so I captured a complete all these methods where we can use Selenium. So you just by heart these methods. That's all about the Selenium. Okay, so here is a browser navigation method. I categorize it, and also these are the able to talk about that web element interaction methods. Okay, web element interaction method. So these are the browser navigations. On top of the browser, we are able to get the URL, current URL, get title, navigate back, navigate forward, refresh. Okay, so these are the finding the web element and send the actions on the click and send keys, something like. Okay, and also we have some handling alerts. Okay, how to handle alerts and pop-ups. So these are the methods. Switch to alert, accept, dismiss. Okay, get text, something like. And also handling any frames you have. Okay, what is a frame? We will talk about later, but these are the methods. And we have a multiple window, multiple tab. So these are the methods. So better why I am capturing, right? Most of the people will confuse that after the session, they may not remember any methods. Okay, so these are the methods already developed by Selenium developers. What we are doing, just we are importing and reusing those based on our automation needs. Okay, so waiting mechanism. Okay, my browser, my website is slow, but my browser is a little fast. My test cases are getting failed. I try to manage. Hey, browser, go slow. My website is also loading. It is taking some time. It is kind of slow due to some network or my server CPU utilization is very low because web loading of web elements are delay. You are going fast and you are failing my test cases. So we can try to synchronize our web driver actions and our website based on these methods. And there are some kind of JavaScript executors. So JavaScript executors, these executors like we required some kind of special cases. Okay, sometime what happened, right? This we are not able to scroll down, so we have a direct. We do not have a direct method to click or scroll down, or as well as like we do not have some kind of DOM we are not able to click some buttons. Sometimes, not all the buttons, there are specific buttons. So to do that, injecting of a JavaScript directly. So this is the way. Okay, and taking a screenshot. So you want to take a screenshot, and you have to use this one. So why we need to take a screenshot? So whenever we have a evidences, okay, in manual testing also we used to take, right? When the test is failed, we used to take that a screenshot. If the test is passed, we don't take, right? So depends upon the company. Somebody, sometimes they need all the pass fail evidences, so screenshots. So if required, you can. Basically, whenever fail only, we used to take. Okay, and managing like a browser cookies. Okay, so you need to pass the cookie for the next session or after user login. Okay, delete of your cookies. Okay, specific cookie deletion. So all those things. And the seventh one is action class. So when we when we had like when we are working with the Selenium 2, that time we do not have this action class, Selenium 1. So that time we are having a little complex kind of scenarios like handling a menus, dragging drag, okay, double clicks, context clicks. We do not have direct methods. So the later point of time, Selenium 2 and Selenium 3, so they added a one class called action class, and they provided a move element, move to one element and drag, release that action. Okay, hold the drag, mouse clicks and release after some time, something like that. And some kind of simulation of right clicks. So all those things has been derived here. Okay, this 10 section, and mostly hardly we have like a 30, like 30 or 40 methods. So you have to remember. Okay, here is a six, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and these are the nine. Okay, 9 plus 5, yeah, hardly 40. So this is about a Selenium. Nothing on that. You have to by heart. I will share this particular document, and you have to by hand it. Okay. So this is about the overview of Selenium methods, right? And next thing is, yeah. Yes, we completed locator also. Yeah, and yeah. So let me recap this find element also. So what is a find element? Yesterday I also explained, but it is pretty much required to understand who were not followed. Okay, here the find element, right? Find element method. So now you see that driver object. Okay, find element and by dot locator. So it can be any eight locators, right? By dot id. So here by dot id, uh, by dot id, and by dot name, by dot tag name, by dot by dot class name, by dot xpath, by dot
This is selected.
css selector, by dot link text,
Next.
by dot
Anchor.
partial, yes, partial link text, partial link text. So these are the methods. Okay. So within the driver find element. So find element method which required ID, by dot name, by dot CSS based on your tag, based on your HTML tag where you find out the any of the locators. Okay. So this first section is breakout. Okay, this is a locator section. Okay, in the find element input is a by dot locator, by dot ID, by dot name, by dot tag name, class name, XPath, CSS selector. Okay, and now you can see that code breakdown, web element, and defining the web element interface. Okay, please remember that. So this web element, right? This web element is in technically it is a interface in Selenium. WebDriver also interface, web element also interface. So what is a web element here? So if it is a text in the page, this is the text. Okay, and driver dot find element, by using ID you have to write a code like this. So this entire method reference will be a web element. Okay, and so and it will what after that web element driver dot find element. So then after we have to perform some actions. Okay, so that is what it is. And you know the what is the driver here? What is the driver here? Driver is a instance of the web driver, whether it is a Chrome driver, whether it is a Firefox driver. Okay, and find element of by methods. So we already explained this one. Okay, so that's all about this entire method explanation. So this is a very important method here in Selenium. You without identifying a web element, okay, so equal to is their assignment operator as we know. Okay, and username, your username, we can provide that username, something like. Okay, without find element and find elements method, without locator, there is a no Selenium. Okay, so that is what it is. And so coming to the locators. Okay, yesterday also we had few locators. So usually we can see in the UI elements, UI elements like button, checkboxes, radio button, text field. Okay, text field labels, text area, paragraph, menus, submenu or menu options, drop down fields, drop down field options, multi drop down checkboxes or multi drop down select boxes, images, hyperlink, and page headers. So any UI, these are the a particular web element will be there. And based on the web element, the Selenium also they have taken the actions and interaction locators. ID is the locator for a unique ID attribute. Name is a locator element using their name attribute. XPath is a locator for XML path. CSS selector is locate element using the CSS property. Class name, locate element using the class attribute. Tag is the name. Okay, locate the element using the tag name. Link text and partial link text. Hyperlinks using the text. Using the text. So this is about a detailed explanation of this yesterday session. Okay, and also we have done kind of exercises as well. Now today we are moving some advanced topics. Okay, in the Selenium. Okay, basic field validation we have done. Now, how to how to validate the field. So, what is meant by field validation? I'll tell you. Okay, so basically, this particular text box. Okay, this particular text box has some properties. So, what is a property? By visible, I can know. Okay, it is a enabled because user able to enter. Okay, sometime some checkboxes may be disabled. Let me, here is the, you see this disable input and enable input here. Okay, this is also input text, but it is disabled and it is enabled. So if I inspect this one, the above one, if I inspect and I can see that input type and the class form control. Okay, and ID is the disable input and placeholder also is the disable input here. Okay, so now if I try to find out by using the ID, but if I enter is it is not allowed because it is disabled. So before entering the data, we want to verify whether it is enabled for editing the data or entering the data, okay, whether it is a disabled. So we need to perform those actions by using some methods. Okay, so let me check this one. Let me create a one more class. Okay, Selenium tool, main method. Let me copy this one. Okay, so what is that your website? Enable, disable, enable and disable. Let me go and reload this one. Okay, yeah. Now let me run this one. So then we can see we are able to launch the browser that particular website. Okay, yes. So what is a get here? Get is a method which will load that given URL. Which will load the given URL. Okay. So get method, driver.get method, whatever the URL you have provided, that URL will be loaded in the screen, loaded in the browser. Okay. Is there any another way to load this URL? Yes, we have it. Okay. So that is also explained. So instead of get, so we can reload. Okay, we can load a URL navigate.to. You see that navigate, hey driver, navigate to this URL. So this is the interview question. When to use get method, when to use navigate to method. That is your interview question. Please explore it. Come up the question. Okay. The functionality was same, but the purpose is different. Okay. So now, right now, I'm launching a driver navigate to URL. I'm telling my driver to navigate to URL this time. But functionality wise, there is a no difference. Okay. But in the technical background point, there would be a one difference. Okay. Please research in Google. Okay. Yeah. That is the interview question. Same thing, whatever it is open. Same thing, the page is navigated. Okay. Yes. Then after, so we need to inspect this element. Okay. So let me inspect the element. Okay. And so let me you take the help of latex part. Let me yes. So let me copy the send key. Okay. Driver dot find element and by dot ID disable. And send key is hello. So let me see that what is the outcome, because we know that it is a disabled, and even though we are trying to we are entering the data, let's see that what type of error we will see. Yeah, loading the website. Yeah, so let me see this one. Yes, we got some kind of error in that console. What is the error? Let's see and read the error. You see, so these are the errors people will ask in the interview also. What type of exception you saw till now in your work or in your experience? Okay, so or could you tell me about a common exceptions? Okay, common exception in Selenium. Now you see that exception in thread. Okay, element is not interactable exception. Element not interactable exception. That means element is not interactable. Why? So what we are doing the action here? Okay, hey WebDriver, find element. This is my locator. Okay, locator is like WebDriver is found, find it. Okay, WebDriver is found. Then after, try to entering the data on that. Okay, but it is a disabled state. But even though forcefully, WebDriver is entering the data and it is not accepting because it is a disabled state. So that is the case. The element is not interactable. Okay. Yes. So to avoid this kind of exception, so what we need to do is we need to check. Okay, we need to check. So as I told you, so this WebDriver. So this statement, what is returning? Anyone? WebDriver find element by data ID a locator. This element will returns
Any
web element, right?
WebElement,
Yes,
sorry.
web element. Web element. And what is a web element? It is a text box web element. Okay. So this text box web element, I'm checking the status. Okay. So let me write like this. Okay. So you see that there are some methods: is displayed, is enabled, is selected. So these are the web element actions. The element is displayed on the web page. On top of that, you can verify the element is visible or displayed. Is displayed is a method, and this method is returning a boolean return type. Okay, I want to check whether this element is displayed. Okay, so boolean return type is displayed. Display is our local variable. Okay, then after boolean and is enabled is enabled text box dot is enabled is enabled. Okay, let me print these two statements, then you will come to know. This out, this out. Is display is enabled. Okay, so let me try to tell you that. So is displayed in the sense whether this element is reference is there, definitely it is displayed, it will return a true. Okay, is enabled means it will return false as of now because this particular text box is disabled. Okay, so let's see that prints. Based on that, we'll take the action. Okay, so let me rerun. So I'm providing a text box area, but you can perform or other buttons, links. You can write this code. This code is applicable for all the web elements, whether it is a display enabled. Okay, yes. Now you see, is displayed is true, is enabled is false because this particular text box is disabled mode. Okay, that is the case. It returns false. Okay, so let me uh, inspect the second one. Okay, let me inspect the second text box, and also we can print that. Okay, so let me send the key. Copy. Web element text box 2, and I'll remove that, send the key items. Okay, and let me copy all those below items for it is displayed to enable to display to enable to display to enable to for a quick change. Okay, and here also text box 2. Okay, so let me check this one output, then we come to know display to enable. Second checkbox is enabled. Okay, is enabled, true will come. Okay, is enabled will come. Yes. Why? Yes. So this is a one kind of copy paste bug. So here we have a text box 2. Here it is a text box 1. So that is a mistake. So we need to follow the references properly. Now is enabled to. So when it is enabled, then you can type the data, something like we need to write a code to avoiding the exceptions. It is not all the cases, but we have some cases in our day-to-day real-time websites. Yes. So now you see the second text box. It is displayed as well as it is enabled. So we'll write a code for here. Is enabled. Okay. So is enabled where we are getting is enabled boolean. Is enabled boolean. Now is enabled boolean. Now we can write that. Yeah. What is our text box 2 reference? Text box 2 and send key. Text box is same data we are writing it. So now you see now Java code is came enter. Okay, if condition. Okay, we require some. See, earlier it is a plain code. Earlier it is a plain code, but now we need to perform some Java codes. So we are providing a conditional if conditional. Okay, if conditional, right? So or else it is disabled. Okay, so we need to write a system out. System out. Text box is disabled. We are not performing the actions. So this is for first text box, and this is for yeah. So I'll take copy here. Yeah, is text box 1. Okay, we've enabled the code change required. Okay, yes. So now let me explain the code what I have written. So earlier it is a plain code. Now I made a condition for a first checkbox whether it is a disabled. Okay, it is a disabled. It is displayed, but it is not a enabled. So it is not enabled. Okay, when it is true, I will not write any text. Just I'll print the statement. Okay, if it is enabled, then after I will add the text onto that. So the second text box, it is already enabled. So for this case, okay, for this case, also I have written the if condition. Second checkbox is enabled, then directly you can type it. If not enabled, just yeah, you don't write anything, something like that. Okay, it is disabled. Yeah, here also it is disabled. Sorry. So now we have to twin our code, not a plain code, it is a kind of Java code. So that is the way Java skills is required when you are automating, when you are verifying the things. Okay, yes. Now you can see that. Let me run. Some fail is done. Why? Let's see. Till element is interactable. Why element is not interactable? It is a false. Okay. Then false in the sense we have to change the line. Only true only we have to keep it here. So is enabled true? If condition is always true, right? Else condition always false. That is the mistake we had done. Yes. Right? Yes, we have done this. Yeah. So this is the way where we can verify that properties of any attribute. So either text box, radio button, whether it is enabled, whether it is a selected. So there is a one more point, right? Is checked, I think. Yeah, let me perform this. Is selected. Is is selected. So this is selected for checkbox or radio button. Whether it is already selected, okay, the checkbox is already selected or not. So let me check that also. So let me uh, open the site, check for example. Let me close all those activities. The Selenium coding will come based on the practice only. How many time you practice, you will come to know that much of coding. Okay, so by seeing it will not work out. Okay, check boxes. Let's see here. Yeah. So now let me copy and so let me hey driver navigate to this URL. Okay, navigate to not string navigate to URL. Now let me inspect this one. Okay, so checkbox one. So this checkbox one will provide a snapshot of click. Okay, this is the click. Okay, so let me copy. I want only web element. Okay, web element, and it is a checkbox one web element. Okay, this checkbox one web element, and I'm checking that is enabled, is displayed, is selected. Okay, let me check this time is selected. Okay, very first time whether it is selected or not. Okay, so boolean is selected, is selected, and the print the statement. Okay, is selected, is selected. Yeah. Now 42 line is I wrote again driver navigate. Okay, earlier also we have a driver navigate. This time also driver navigate. That is a solution for that is a yeah. So it enters, and we want to same browser you want to navigate. So this is the purpose of navigate method. Okay, we can navigate to another site within the same browser. Okay, yeah. So now it is check is false. You will see that is selected is false. Okay, now we can perform the action is selected dot click. No, sorry. Checkbox one reference and click is the action. So we selected. Now again I will print the I will I will call again. So again I will call and check whether it is whether it is selected or not. So after click, it is a before click, and after click also I'm calling the same. Checkbox is selected and reference of 2, and it will see that. So enable, disable is selected. These are the very important of a web element. Not only the checkbox, radio button, okay, buttons, links, all those things. We want to get some kind of display. Okay, so enter text and checkbox. Okay, it checked it. So before, yeah, is selected 2 is true now. Earlier it is a false. Okay, here it is not selected. After the click statement, then we are rechecking that it is selected again. Yes, it is selected. Okay, yes. Now I want to get this text. Okay, or we can use another once again. Let me get the example. Where is the form? Welcome to all the buttons auto fill. I want text here. Yeah, no problem. So in this particular site, so we want this text. This is a header text. So, okay, let me inspect it and we'll see that. And yeah, it is a enabled one, H1. Okay, it is a H1 tag. The tag name is H1 tag. Okay, you are able to see the tag name H1 tag. So we have a one method. We have a one locator, right? By the tag name. So by using this tag name, we can get this text. We can get this text. So let me. We are performing here the action, right? Yes, enable and disable. Okay, yeah, here I will write it. To print the to get the tag text using tag name. So this is a tag name by using. So what we are doing once we enter this particular website, okay, here driver find element by dot tag name. My tag name is h1. Okay, so then after I want to get a text. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so let me store this text. Okay, h1 text, and let me print it. Sys out h1 text. Okay, within the double quotation. So let me write website header text. Okay. So now this time, what is the locator? Tag name. What is the tag name? H1. How do I do? How do I do? So inspect this particular header, and you see the header H1. What is the tag name? Starting with the H1, ending with the H1. Okay, you can take division also. The tag name here is division, button, body, form. Those are the tag names. So this H1 is aligned with this particular text. I want this text enabled and disabled element text. I want to compare this text, or I want to display this text, whether this my site is loaded or not. When my page is loaded, I conclude that this particular label is displayed. Then I can conclude my website is loaded. So that is the case. We need to get it and print, and we'll do the verification. So I'm not telling the verification part. Just I'm telling you uh, actions only. Actions. Okay. Yeah. So now we use this method. New method is getText. GetText is a method where we can get the text on the website. Not only the H1 text, any other text. Okay. So you can see that in that website, you see website header text : website header text : enabled and disabled text. Okay, enabled and disabled text. How do you get? We are informed to driver, find the element using the tag. You can see the HT tag H1. Okay, once you found, get the text on the in between the header text. Sorry. Okay, yeah. And there is a one more method. I think getAttribute method. Let me. Yes. So now, yeah. So I told you, right? These are the attributes. Can you read this text, anyone? What I'm highlighted? Please, someone read this one.
Input class equal to form control, ID equal to input, type equal to text, placeholder equal to input here.
So this is particular our input text, right? So for this text box, okay. So why I'm telling you, right? So there is a one method called. Right now we saw the getText method. Okay. So getText method. Okay. So getText method, which will get the display text on the website. So, but there is a one more thing. There is one more method, very important method, and it is also required. getAttribute. 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 So what is this means? getAttribute is the sense. So sometime we need to verify this particular text. Input here or disabled input here. So this text box is different and this text box is different places because so this is a H1 tag. Okay, so directly in the tagging level. Okay, it is a display text here. So /H1. But to see that this one is also input text, but not in the in between the text. So there is a no /input type. Okay, so now you see that there is a kind of one attribute place. Okay, I told you right. Input tag having some attribute, class is the attribute, ID is the attribute, type is the attribute, and placeholder is the attribute. Where is the placeholder attribute is there? This display text, the text box display text is there, right? Input here. Okay, so I want to provide the attribute is first input type. I think the key is this method. Okay, so this time it is a getDomAttribute. So it was renamed to getDomAttribute. Let me change that. Yeah, getDomAttribute this time. Okay, so this method will return string type. Okay, so we need to capture this string. Okay, and placeholder text. Let me placeholder or text. Just I will placeholder text. Placeholder text. Okay, let me print it. This out. Placeholder text. Placeholder text. And that's all. Okay. So by using getDomAttribute. Okay, earlier it is a getAttribute. Now it is a DOM is there. So there are two methods. One is getAttribute is deprecated. Stack out in the sense it is deprecated in the Selenium 4, something like. Earlier we used to use getAttribute. Now it is a getDomAttribute. Both are same, the functional wise. Okay, let me see this one. By running, we can see that the placeholder. What we can get, we will get that disable input text here dot dot dot. That is outcome for this code. Yeah, it is running. And now you can see placeholder text. Okay, is disabled input here dot dot dot. So this particular get DOM attribute method. So there are two methods which we perform. One is a getText within the tag level. Any tag level you have a text, you can use this getText. So within the tag, we have a one attribute. We want to get the attribute value. So placeholder is the attribute key. We have some value. That is the value is disable input here. So we want to fetch that. You have to use getDomAttribute. GetText, getDomAttributes. These are the two methods which we covered till now. Okay. So let me check this. We have done this text and getDomAttribute. getDomAttribute. We would. Okay. Now we can see that alerts and windows. Okay. Let's jump onto that. Let me take this particular site. Okay. Demo QA. So this one. Okay. We have I think here. Yeah. So now we can see there are alerts. Okay. So you see this alert section, and you can see these are the ways, or these are the type of alerts actually. Okay, you can see this one. So right now, as per this practice purpose, they created this website is having a buttons. Okay, sometime buttons or sometime links will be there. After click that, you can see some kind of pop-ups. Let me click the first one, and you see that there is a pop-up window. Okay, so there is a pop-up window. Let me highlight it. So this is a pop-up window. You clicked a button. Okay, now why we have to special section? Okay, why we have to handle a alert special section in Selenium? Suppose you want to inspect. You see the right click. Right click will not perform on this alert. Okay, so in any action or driver web element, if you inspect it and you find out the locators, directly you can automate by using WebDriver, find WebDriver element. If at all you are not able to locate a locator by inspecting, then You have to think on that whether it is an alert or whether it is a pop-up, something like. Okay. So let me another one. So it is up after 5 minutes will be appear. Okay. Alert will appear after 5 minutes. And alert with some two buttons. One is OK button, one is cancel button. Okay. Alert with some prompt. Alert with some text box. So these are the type of alerts. Okay. So generally we have in websites. Okay. How do we handle by using Selenium? That is our object. Okay. To do that, the Selenium has provided one particular interface to handling, and also by using the interface, every Chrome driver has implemented those methods. Okay. So let me show you that what are all. Okay. So let me create a one class for this and alert example. Okay. Yeah. Please go in mute. I'm getting some background noises. Is someone I unmute? Okay. Let me. Yeah. Yeah. What is our website? So let me copy this to statement. And what is our website? So this is a DOM demoqa.alert. Demoqa.alert. Okay. So what is the next item? Yeah. So let me inspect this one button, first one, and inspect it. What we need to do, we need to perform a action, click action. So it is a ID is there for button. Okay, button is a tag, ID is there, type equal to button, class or class name also is there. Okay, primarily it is button. And what is a text? Click me is a text. Okay, what is a tag? If you want to use getText, button is a tag name. You can call me, you want this text, you can use getText. For attribute, type is the attribute, you want to button value, getAttribute, something like. You need to think the previous thing. Okay, previous exercise. Okay, yeah. Now let me use this particular latex, inspect it. Yeah. So copy this particular, click. Okay, so let me directly copy, import the by class. Yes. Okay, so now it is clicking it. So let me run this one and let's see that what action it will be. And we want to close this particular alert as well. So we just navigate the alert text section, alert page, and we perform the first button, alert button. The action is click action. Then after, automatically it will display the alert box. You see, the page still is loading. How do I see? there is a loader. Here you can see the loading. Okay, this loader, the spinner is spinning here, right? Which means this website is still loading. Yeah. So after loading only, the web driver will do the action. Click. So then after, once we click me, this button is click action. This particular alert box is alert pop-up is displayed. And if I inspect, there is no inspecting thing. But what is the action? We want to identify this alert pop-up is appeared, and we want to click on the OK button. So which means like this. Okay. After click, we will see. Then you need to capture this text and then click on OK. That is the activity we are going to perform. So how do we do that? So let me see that. Okay. So for alert handling, right? So we have a alert class. Okay, using alert class in Selenium. Okay, so what we need to do? So alert, small alert. Okay, you see that whenever you saw that, so this is the input. Okay, so you see open orange or orange in organization, open QA is our community, Selenium is the package, alert is the class name. Okay, so this is the way the format has been given. Okay, so you see that previous our employee sections, right? This is our own classes. So this employee class where it is in the com.sessions. You see, com is our package. Okay, our packages. Okay, this particular project is a customized project by ourselves, and we created a com under the session package. Okay, but you see that alert. So we are importing all those driver. Okay, which driver? The Selenium project. We are importing all those classes from the Selenium binaries we call our Selenium project. So where are those? Who are orange? Okay, their formatting of packages. Okay, this is a orange is a how we have com. So they have a orange open QA, and Selenium is a small package. In that, alert is a class, by is a class, WebDriver is a interface, Chrome driver is a class, something like. Okay, so if you go inside, also we have a kind of readability of code also there. You see, so this is already derived by Selenium developers. How the COM driver is launch mechanism. This code is readability only. We cannot update it. Okay, so something like. So alert class. So this alert class is the interface, and it has four methods. Four unimplement methods. I told you right. What is the Selenium? Sorry. What is the Java in interface? What is the Java interface definition? Okay, a Java interface. In Java interface, it is a fully abstract methods. Fully abstract method in the sense, no implementation. So here, why dismiss is a method. Semicolon. That's it. No logic has been derived. Okay, there is no logic. But who will provide this logic? Okay, Chrome driver, Firefox driver, the self-driver classes. Accept is a accept. Dismiss is dismiss the alert. Accept is the accept the alert. Get text in the alert display value. Send key in the sense if you have a text box on that. So that will be taken care. Let me show you the example and correlate it. Then you will come to know. So let me close this one. I will take this particular. Yeah. Yes. So please carefully listen here. It is pretty much important here. Okay. Yes. Let me highlight. So this is my alert box is displayed on the website. Okay. To handle this one, the Selenium Selenium developers created a one alert interface and Chrome driver. Suppose it is a Chrome driver. So they define that predefined method how to handle it. So this dismiss method, which will click on this cancel cancel button. Accept method will directly click on the OK button. Get text method, which will get this text on this alert. Okay, and send key is the method which will enter any text on the alert text area. Okay, generally we saw a send key method by combination of find element. Okay, find element by dot locator send key. But here there is a no inspecting thing. That is the case. This particular interface is specially designed for handling alert. For dismiss, cancel, click on cancel button on the alert window. Accept is click on OK button. Okay, get text is display text on the text. Okay, send key is for okay. You send the data onto the. So this is the way it is done. Okay, cancel this one. Yeah. Now alert small alert. Okay. So what we need to do is, hey driver, please switch to. Okay, please switch to alert. Okay, then automatically alert is there. Then only it will switch. Otherwise, throw the exception. Okay, let me show you that as well. Okay, hey driver, switch to alert when the alert is pop up. If alert is not there, it will throw the error. I know that after this click button, I know that there is a alert pop-up is there. I'm sure that that is the case. I'm telling that my driver to switch to the alert. Once you get the alert reference, which means so this alert reference, okay, this alert enter dialog reference, okay. So then after I'm telling to driver some actions, okay. So hey driver, then alert. Oh my god. Then alert dot accept alert dot dismiss alert dot get text alert dot text. Okay, so let me this one only one this particular button first alert button has only OK button, so that is the case I'm using accept. This will click on OK button on the alert. Okay, yeah. So let me try to run this and show you that. Please carefully see that execution, then you only you come to know that actions, what are the actions performing. Yeah. Moment. It is executed, but yeah, let me let I'm re-executing. Okay, maybe it is minimized mode. That is the case here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is loading. It is very quick, I think. Please carefully observe it. Loading the demo QA site. Yeah, so it very quick. Okay. Yeah, let me click this one. And we have all those activities like get the text. Okay, enter the text box, click on OK, cancel, all those things. Okay, let me perform this one. Okay, now driver that alert accepted. We want to get this locator for that, right? So inspect it, cancel, inspect, go to latex path. Again, after that, we need to switch to alert. It is alert 2 now. And so in the alert 2, what we need to perform, first action, we need to get the text. Alert 2 dot get text. So get text, which will return a string type value, we need to store it. Alert text. Okay, it is alert text, and you can print it. Sys out and alert display text is colon plus alert text. So we capture the alert text. Then we have a text box on that. So alert text to alert text to alert to dot alert to dot send key. Okay, so sending the data onto that. Enter the data, entering the data on alert dialog, alert text box. Same data I'm providing. Yeah. So then already we done the accept. So we do the dismiss. Alert to the dismiss. Dismiss for I told you that dismiss for click on cancel. Click on cancel button on the alert dialog. Okay. So what are the actions? I have written the code. First one is first one we are clicking the particular alert. Second alert, the last alert. So I gave the references to first we are getting the text on the alert and we're printing it. Then we have a text area, a text box. We are sending the customized text, entering the data into the alert dot, and we are dismiss. Click on dismiss, cancel button. So that are the activity, and we can do the maximize the browser here. So what is the maximize method? Hey driver, manage my window. Okay, I want to manage my window to be maximized. We have a full screen also. Okay, let me use this full screen this time. Okay, yeah, let me run this and see the execution. You see, full screen is not working. It is. Yeah, it is working. Full screen. Why again minimize? Not sure why it is. Okay. Okay, second alert is not presented. See, you can see this error. So the exception, you have to read it. Element click interaction error. Element click interrupted. So the because and the element what is the element also is given, because you see in this screen 1, 2, 3 click me 3 buttons are displayed, and the fourth button is not displayed, but our objective to click this fourth button. Okay, so to maximize only it is showing. So let me, that is the case I use the full screen, but why it came back? Okay, let me, yeah, let me maximize here. I'll use maximize. Okay. Hmm. Now maximizing the window. Then after load the web page. So earlier the issue is scroll. We need to scroll explicitly. So how do you scroll all those things? The next sessions I will take care. The advanced one, very advanced. Maximize this window automatically. Now you are able to see the all the buttons. The first action is first click me button, alert, and accept the alert dialog. Then after fourth one, prompt window. The click on the prompt will be appear somewhere. Still loading. How do I see loading in sense? You see here the spinner. Yeah. Yes. Once it is stopped, that execution will start. Yes. Done. All those activities done. You see the display text is please enter your data. Okay. Yes. So here we can give some thread dot sleep. We want to see the action entering the data onto the text box of the alert. Sleep 5000. Add to signature. Yeah. So just I want to see the entering the data on the alert. It is entering, but we are not able to see because of quick execution. Now carefully observe this text entering the data. Still loading the site. Now click me button. Once it is stop, only click the button. Yes, now it click the button. Yeah. See, now we thread dot sleep pause the execution. So then after it will enter after 5 seconds. Yeah. So, okay. This is about alert handling. So these are the ways we can handle the alerts. Right? Yeah. So what is the next topic? Yes. Yeah, we can take the next session, this one.